In this video clip, we're going to look at the two methods we've learnt for multiplying fractions. Right, let's start with method 1. Okay, so let's take 3/4 times 8/9. Now, in method 1, we just do the multiplications as they are. So we will multiply the numerators together and we multiply the denominators together. So the numerator, we have 3 times 8, which is 24. And for the denominator, we have 4 times 9, which is 36. Now, whenever we are writing fractions in our answers, we always try and simplify them. And if you remember, that means writing the numerator and denominator with the smallest numbers possible. And we do this by trying to find the highest common factor in both of them that we can then divide top and bottom by. So let's think, in 24/36, we've got to look for the highest common factor. So what times tables are 24 and 36 both in? Well, they're both even, so they're in the 2 times table. They are both in the 4 times table. Are they in any bigger? They're both in the 6 times table. Any other times tables? Yes, they're both in the 12 times table. Now, remember when we were doing our simplifying before, it's always best to pick the largest common factor that we can find, because that reduces the number of steps we have to do. So if we take that they're both in the 12 times table, so that they both have 12 as a common factor, we can divide top and bottom, so we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 12, and we get 24 divided by 12 is 2, 36 divided by 12 is 3, so we get our answer in its simplest form as 2/3. So 3/4, times 8/9 equals 2/3. So that's method 1. Let's have a look at method 2 now. So this time we're going to again do the same sum. So 3/4 times 8/9. But this time we try and do any simplification before we do the multiplying. So we leave the sums as their individual fractions, and then we look to simplify. And to do this, when we are simplifying fractions before multiplying, we look across the diagonal. So if we look at 3 and we look across the diagonal, we have 9. So this time we're looking, is there a common factor to 3 and 9? Well, there is. They can both be divided by 3. They're both in the 3 times table. So if we divide 3 by 3, we get 1. And if we divide 9 by 3, we get 3. Now we do the same across the other diagonal. So we've got 4 and we've got 8. Is there a common factor to 4 and 8? Yes, they can both be divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now we do our multiplication. So we end up with 1 times 2 as our numerators times together. And then our denominators are 1 times 3. So if we multiply them, we get 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3, and we get the same answer as we did with method 1, as 3/4 times 8/9 is 2/3. Right, let's just have a look at one more. So we'll do method 1 and we're going to look at 3/10 times 5/9. So remember, with method 1, we don't do any simplification, we just do the multiplications straight off. So we multiply the two numerators together and then we multiply the two denominators together. So we have 3 times 5 is 15, 10 times 9 is 90. And now we look to see, can we simplify? So is there a common factor to both 15 and 90? Well, yes, they can both be divided by 5. So 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 90 divided by 5 equals, let's think about this, 10 5s are 50, so we've got 40 left in our 90. 40 divided by 5 is 8, so we've got 18 5s are in 90. So 90 divided by 5 is 18. Now, so we're left with 3/18. Is this a fraction in its most simplest form, or can we find another common factor between 3 and 18? Yes, we can, because 3 and 18 are both in the 3 times table. So we can divide top and bottom by 3, and we get 3 divided by 3 is 1, 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 3/10 times 5/9 is 1/6. Let's have a go at that one using method 2. So again, we've got the same fraction, the same sum we're doing. So 3/10 times 5/9. And this time we do our simplification first. So we leave them as their individual fractions. And we are going to simplify across the diagonals. So we're looking for a common factor of 5 and 10. So we can divide both by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then if we go across the other diagonal, the common factor here between 3 and 9 is 3. So we can divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now we can multiply our two new numerators together. So we've got 1 times 1. And we can multiply our two new denominators together, 2 times 3. And we get the answer again to be 1/6.